Hey, what's going on? It's Ryan with Ryini Beats, and today in this video I want to show you everything that you need to know to start blowing up on YouTube quick. So for me, YouTube, and for a lot of people, YouTube is a great place to get traffic. Not only do you get free traffic, but you can actually get paid for people to go into your business. So a lot of people run advertisements. That's kind of the new thing that's coming out right now, where people are paying to play, they're paying to get in front of artists, they're paying to get in front of whoever they want to get in front of. It's because they don't know this. And once you know this, you're going to be able to get in front of whoever you want to get in front of. For me, I've had multiple different viral videos on different channels and different niches. So I started off, I had my first viral hit doing the cover actually. And then I actually had a viral video in springboard diving. So people diving and flipping into a pool. I made a video on that. And then I started going back to my music channel and I started blowing up with the acoustic guitars. From all the other stuff too, from trap metal beats blowing up, rock type beats blowing up, stuff you would never even really think that had the potential. But once you know this simple formula, these three things plus consistency, once you have that, you have everything you need. This is just to really push you over the edge, and it kind of solidifies your growth. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first thing you're going to need if you're going to want to blow up on YouTube is you're going to need beats. And you're gonna need a lot of them. And if you don't have a lot of them now, that's completely fine, but you need the ability to make a lot of beats. So you need the tools. If you're unable to get in the studio and to make beats every day or to make multiple beats, for me, I can make like 3 to 5 beats in a day if I have to. Some producers can do like 10 to 12 or even more, I've heard of. But again, they do have to be fire. So you need some hot beats. And then you need traffic sources / keyword optimization. Okay, so I'm getting to the stuff over here that a lot of people don't know about. And in the future, I'm gonna be going more and more in depth about it. But I just want to give you guys an introduction so you know what I'm talking about and you know how important it is. My first recommendation, go to Google, go to whatever, download the free version of vidIQ. That's what I personally use to get the traffic that I have. It's free, as long as you have Google Chrome, which is also free, so you can download Google Chrome if you don't have that already. You can also use TubeBuddy. Some people use TubeBuddy, but I use vidIQ, vidIQ. So traffic sources and keyword optimization, that basically means what do you want people to find you for? What kind of beats are you going to make? What type of people are going to find you, and what kind of keywords are you going to use, right? This is all very important, okay? I'm gonna go into it on the computer so you're gonna be able to see all in depth, but let me explain it really quick here. So keyword optimization, that basically means your title, right? The title is the most important part of your YouTube video, and some people have been messaging me and showing me their YouTube channels, and I've already seen you got a beat. There's not beats, there's a couple beats maybe, there's not that many beats, and then the keyword optimization is all jacked up. So if you're not putting the traffic sources, what people are searching for, into the title, also into the description, also into the tags, also into the channel tags and the video tags. There are a few other things that I'm gonna be going in depth about, but yeah, you're gonna need to do all those things if you want to optimize this, right? You don't have to do this, you know, you may be relying on luck, right? So this is your way of communicating with YouTube what it is that you're posting. Right now, YouTube does not know. You have a beat, but YouTube wants to know, okay, where do I put this beat? There's millions of beats on YouTube, so where am I going to put this, and how good is it in terms of the keyword of which you put? So it can be an amazing beat, but in relation to the keyword that you put in, right? If you have a super hot trap beat and then in the title you try to copy my stuff and you put acoustic guitar instrumental, well, that's not gonna work, right? You have to tell YouTube what it is that you want them to get in front of, what type of people you want to get in front of, and when YouTube gets you in front of them, you need to get good audience retention and a high watch time, which I'm gonna get into in a bit. So keyword optimization. One thing you can do when you download vidIQ is you can also go to my channel, or you can go to any of the YouTubers that are blowing up online right now, right? I don't even want to go listing a bunch of names. But you can even just search in beats. You'll find the top most popular beat makers online. And with vidIQ, the free version, you could go to their video and you can see the exact tags. You can see their title and you can see their description. Okay, some people are doing the keyword stuffing, which basically means that you put a bunch of the same keywords, this type beat, that type beat, in commas in the description. I don't recommend doing that. I think that's a little bit spammy, and I think at some point YouTube's going to catch on to that. Now let's get into the audience retention. Okay, so audience retention is hugely important because even if you get these two things right, and then YouTube starts getting people to your video, this basically means how long are people staying on your video, how long are they watching your video. And if they get over here and the audience is not watching your video for more than, say, 30 seconds, which is pretty common at first for a new channel, so you're gonna have to work your way up. And I'm gonna give you some strategies to boost this up. There's a lot of different strategies. I can't even think of them all here, but I'm gonna be going over that, so make sure we keep in touch. Because once you get the watch time above a minute, some people say you don't need 2 minutes, okay? Just a minute is actually good enough for you to start getting the results. And on a 3-minute beat, if you can create the introduction and if you can, use the right sounds, that's one of my secrets. Is a lot of my samples, they're designed to keep people looped in, and I don't go into the beat so quick. So I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent, but I think it's really important to relate. Some people say, how do you tell a story in a way that keeps people engaged? And what they have found is when you get to the point, that's when people kind of check out. So basically, with your beat, you gotta find a way to keep the sound going, and it almost feels like the beat's gonna start, but then it's not starting, it's building up, and then by the time it builds up and they get hooked, and also the first part is very important, right? If they hear something at the start they don't like, they're gonna turn it. But once they keep getting hooked and the further in they can go before they get to a certain point where they even get to decide if they like the beat, then that's going to increase the watch time. So that's going to be very important to build your beats in a structure that is patient. It doesn't rush straight in. If you start off right away with a fast beat, boom, 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 your watch time is going to be really low. Okay, that's another thing about watch time is I noticed the speed of your beat is very important in terms of watch time. I've noticed for me in particular, and I don't know if this is for everybody, but for me, slower beats do a lot better in watch time because sometimes people will listen to a certain part of the beat regardless of how fast it is. So maybe they're going to listen to the middle of the first verse or to the start of the hook. And if the beat was a little slower, it would actually take much longer to get to the beginning of the hook. It could take 20 seconds longer. And that's gonna be the difference in your watch time. It's gonna really boost you up. So that's something that I recommend experiencing with. Now, what other things can increase the watch time? So you can even think about it here. Let me ask you, maybe take a second, stop the video. Come on, yeah, you can do it. Stop the video for a second and think, what can you do, before I even tell you, what do you think that you can do to increase your watch time? If you were an artist looking through videos, what would make you watch the video longer? Stop the video and figure that out. Try to think about it. What would increase some watch time? All right. I hope you stopped the video. If not, shame on you. So for me, some things I've found that increase the watch time is obviously we got to get into branding now. So if you have a channel name and your channel has no name and there's like no photo, people are not going to take you as serious and the watch time is going to get dinged. Okay, the video quality. Do you have an image? Is there an actual video that's like has some movement? Is there like a full animated video to it that maybe you got from another video? You did a screenshot video, say on QuickTime, and you took another video, you posted it in your video. See, one of the things about YouTube right now that's interesting is they're very lenient in terms of video content. Don't quote me on this. This is just what I've seen and this isn't what I do, but I've actually done it before. But I've seen people get away with using images that they don't own and videos that they don't own. But YouTube is very particular about the sound, right? If you're stealing somebody's sound, you're screwed on YouTube right now. But currently, from what I've seen in the market, and currently I use my own images, and I offer images if you want to use some images as well. I have a bunch of images available, but I like to use original images I don't like stealing my stuff, but that's one thing that helps the watch time. Good videos, a reputable brand. So as you develop and people start knowing you for something, consistency, right? So if you keep posting similar types of beats, and for me, I'm kind of all over the place, and I believe at first you should experiment with different stuff and try so many different types of beats. You know, for me, look at my channel, I do hybrid beats. I combine all the different genres. I combine different emotions with genres. In my traffic sources, I don't just use type beats. I'm actually use emotions again. I use different keywords, such as the instrument that I'm using, stuff like that. But there's so many things that you can do to increase the watch time. What else can we do to increase the watch time? A description. So if you have a good description, sometimes people will read it and they'll get stuck in it. Obviously, if you have some comments on your page, and that kind of leads into the fourth one, which this one is unnecessary. It just helps, right? So you don't have to have external promotion, and I'll explain what that is in just a moment. But if you have good beats, consistency, so you're having good beats a lot, you have the right traffic sources, so you're experimenting, you're learning what's out there, and you're trying different things, trying different sounds, different genres, until you find out what works for you. And honestly, for me, when I started off as a rock rap producer because that was what I found my niche in. But it's crazy because it doesn't mean that you're stuck with that, right? Because as I continued on, now all my most popular videos are acoustic instrumentals. And then I also have some popular trap metal, but I've found different areas where I can be successful online. So when I go into the studio, I already know that there's 10 different things that I can make that are gonna do well, and then there's 100 things that are not gonna do well. So I wanna stay away from those, and that's something that I learned over time. So consistency. My dog's coming in here. Get out of here. So we got traffic sources, keyword optimization. Yeah, you gotta make sure that you're consistent with the beats, but also with the traffic and the keyword optimization, okay? Consistency across all of this. The watch time, it doesn't need to be consistently high because obviously you're going to learn from it, but the higher you can keep all this and the more you can do it, I'd recommend to start off, you need at least, to get some momentum, you're gonna need at least multiple times per week. If you can't make multiple beats per week, then we need a new strategy, and that's something that I'll go into about how we can make multiple beats per week and do it effectively and easily, maybe even in a couple hours, knock it all out. Then you can start planning your videos, and I'll tell you what I use for my videos. Currently, I'm using After Effects, which is like what, $19, I think, per month. But you can use something free, and you know, there's other ways. But again, I do that because it's an investment for my audience retention and for my branding as well. But external promotion, so this is, I think, pretty important for a lot of you. So they're different, it could be promotion or external promotion. So you can use what YouTube AdSense, I think it is, to have them do some ads for your video at first to kind of boost it up in the search engine, which could help. There's a couple other things you can do, and it may lead us somewhere else in the future, but the second thing you can do is obviously going to, it's not obvious, most people actually don't know about this, but there's a couple of different websites. For example, you can go to Fiverr, and honestly, you have to be careful because this is kind of a gray area in YouTube's policy. You don't know if the person that's going to do the external promotion is going to be in alignment with YouTube's terms. So again, this is at your own risk, which is why I recommend it earlier on in the strategy. Once you are getting some momentum and you're good with all this, then you don't need to use like external promotions in the sense of going to Fiverr and spending $5 and there's different people that can give you backlinks, they can give you like 1,000 views, they can do different stuff that's gonna help boost you up, right? So that's very important. There's also the website SM Zeus. I haven't seen the best results with them. I haven't really used them on my channel, but just from what I hear from other people, it seems to be doing pretty well in terms of the promotion. This is something that you want to do right after you post a video. So you have to optimize everything, and as soon as you post it, you want to get it in front of as many people outside of YouTube, so YouTube sees, okay, wow, this guy is bringing a lot of people in, right? So when you get external promotion on Fiverr, it's as if, imagine I send to my email list your video, right? So I send it to, some thousands of people. And now all of a sudden there's people coming from outside of YouTube, and YouTube's going to know that. Obviously it's a search engine, it's the second largest search engine in the world. And once it starts seeing that, there's people coming from different websites, they're coming from all types of places, and the external promotion can also help with the audience retention, because oftentimes they have high engagement or different types of external promotion, which can increase your watch time. And then something that I definitely do recommend is getting a free email list. So going to MailChimp and starting your own email list. So then, if you don't have one already, because that is very important, because it's an external promotion that you completely control, and you could link out your videos. There's so many things you could do. You could incentivize an email. I'm going to give out a free beat to whoever comments the most on my video. So say if you have 50 people on your email list, and maybe they want a free beat or a free exclusive even to really incentivize them. And maybe they go over to your video and they start leaving like 20 comments, and say only half of them, you got over 100 comments there already. And with the external promotion, say on Fiverr, and you start blowing up your video, especially like my strategy, what I would recommend for you is only use the external promotion on something that you truly believe in. So it's not for every video, but when you have that one beat that's like, oh, this was really good, and not only that, but I got the video looking amazing, and so the traffic source and the keyword optimization is good, and some of the watch time has a boost, so that I'm gonna really boost it. And if it has the traffic sources, it has a really high chance at that point of really, really blowing up. So this isn't everything. There's a million other things that relate with it all, but again, watch what people do, not what they say always. And again, I'm showing you not only what I'm saying, but I'm actually doing it as well. So keep an eye out, see what people are doing. And this is kind of everything you need. But going forward, I'm going to go more in depth and really create an awesome training for you that's going to go super in depth. I'm going to be on the computer, so you're going to see behind the scenes. You're going to see how I do it. You're going to see how I put together the videos. I'm going to show you how I put together the traffic source, the keywords, how I organize everything, and I'll set that all up for you. But this is just a general introduction so you know where I'm going in terms of the YouTube growth. Now, this is only a small sector of YouTube. There's still other things regarding that I'm still going to go over. That's not to mention advertisement. That's not to mention Instagram. That's not to mention other things that you can do with your music, how to repurpose it for viral videos and other senses. So there's a million other things that I can share with you. And this is just kind of the first thing. I woke up in the morning and I said, I'm getting a lot of emails, so I want to create something for you to show you that I'm serious about this and that I'm able to help you. So if this has helped you, I don't know if I'm going to have this on a video or something, but comment below if it is, and let me know what you learned from this, what you like, or if you have any recommendations. And make sure you subscribe if this is on my channel. I may actually post this on a new channel, because what I'm trying to do is create a new channel for producers, because I can help out artists. I can make beats for artists all day, and I can help them to some degree blow up in the industry. But my specialty, what I know how to do, is beats. Take off with beats, take off with instrumentals. So that's something that I want to share with the producer community, because it has just been such a life-changing experience that I can't hold it in. I have to share it with you guys. So hopefully at least one person watching this video is going to really see the potential in this and is going to just grind, telling you if you're good and you make a hot beat quick and you optimize and you get a good video and you work on the music and get it from the right audience so the watch time is really high, and you use the tactics that I told you, and then you mess around with external promotion, but then you also keep in touch with me and we grow together, I'm telling you, we're gonna make it happen. And one last thing before I end, if you're in the LA area, if you're in the like, I'm in the Valley actually, it's right next to LA, so San Fernando Valley. If you're in that area, feel free to reach out to me, especially if you're interested in working together personally. I am looking for some really, really good producers, but also other content creators, and really trying to build a team over here. So if that's something you're interested in, if you want to get here in person and meet, let me know, and maybe we'll be able to arrange something. Let me know like your specialty, maybe send me some music, send me some stuff, because obviously I'm not trying to work with just anybody. I want to make sure I'm working with some heat. But if you have potential and you have heart, that's also very important. So I hope this has helped you, and I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later.